Hi, welcome to Soon Repeat. Recently I had lots of leftover quinoa that was cooked in the fridge and I thought, maybe I could turn it into pancakes. So I've made a pancake recipe using my leftover quinoa, and I also had promised to make more recipes using my homemade 4-ingredient gluten-free flour blend, which I'm added into this recipe. And I'll pop a link to that recipe below. There is another video as well. So in the bowl, I've got 1 cup plus 1/4 of the gluten-free flour blend. So in there, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, and it's got 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Actually, 4 teaspoons of baking powder. That helps the gluten-free flours have the lift. And not completely necessary, but I love adding spice to warm it up and just add a bit of another dimension. So 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of vanilla powder, or you can use real vanilla. I'm just going to whisk that together. Set that aside. In my jug here, I've got oat milk. It's gluten-free oat milk, and I'm going to crack 2 eggs. Now you can do it vegan and use a flax egg, and I'll pop a link to that recipe below. That's just 1 tablespoon of flax, ground flax seeds with 3 tablespoons of water to make 1 egg. I like to use a chopstick these days to mix that together. In there I'm adding some olive oil. You can also add melted butter or another type of melted, like coconut oil. I just can't be fussed melting the butter, so I always use the olive oil. And I'm going to add a little bit of a sweetener today. 2 tablespoons of date syrup. This is optional. You can leave the sweetener out. You can do honey, you can do maple, a little bit of sugar, whatever you like. Oh, a little tip. Do the oil first and then put your sweetener on top, so then the sweetener just glides off the spoon. And I've got some white vinegar here, and I'm going to add in just 2 teaspoons of white vinegar. You can use lemon juice, or you could also use apple cider vinegar. So grab your flour mixture back, and we're going to pour in this liquid. I've got the date syrup stuck down the bottom. Just give it a little bit of a stir. With pancake batter, you don't need to mix it, over-mix it. Just stir it till it's combined. And now I'm going to throw in my leftover quinoa. That was just 1 cup. And that was cooked and completely cooled because I've had it in the fridge. And I'm just mixing that through so there's no lumps. When you're baking or mixing up gluten-free flours, it's great to let it sit for at least 5 to 10 minutes before you want to use it. So I'm just going to sit that there, and I'm going to heat up my non-stick fry pan to get that nice and warm, and then we'll start cooking. So my pan's nice and heated, and I've just zoomed you in so you can have a look at the texture close up. It looks a bit lumpy because of the quinoa, but it's fine once you cook it. So today, I usually either do 1/4 cup for a small pancake. That makes about 16. But today, just to make it quick, I'm going to use 1/3 cup. And I'm just knocking out some of those lumps. If you wanted to make sure that you didn't have any big lumps of quinoa, you can use an electric mixer to mix it through, which I probably should have done. But so we just cook it for a few minutes until we don't see any more, or till we see some bubbles. Just check that that's not burning underneath. Oh, it's cooking a little bit darker than what I would have liked. A little bit too brown on the first one. I think I had this pan up too high. Let me just cook it again on the other side for a few minutes. Lovely golden brown. I thought I'd cook some smaller ones. It's actually easier to flip them in and out of the pan when you do smaller ones, if you wanted to toast them in the toaster. So this is my 1/4 cup, and I'm just doing it just shy of the total. So my cooking and flipping is all finished. I ended up making a small stack. These are great for breakfast or a snack. And I've made 9 there in the small ones, and I've made 5 kind of medium or bigger ones. The last one was a bit of an odd shape. I'm just going to rip into one so you can see. The texture is so light and delicious. I'll munch into it even though I haven't got anything on it. It's a really satisfying, light, delicious taste. The cinnamon and the vanilla gives it another dimension. You don't really taste the texture of the quinoa a great deal in this. Slightly there, but not like annoying. This is so yummy. We'll eat these over the weekend. So I'll leave some out in a container on the bench once they've cooled. The rest I'll put in the fridge. If I don't think I'm going to eat them all, or I haven't got room in my fridge, I'll pop them in a container and pop them in the freezer. And I'll put a little bit of baking paper between each pancake. That just helps them lift up when you're wanting to eat maybe 1 or 2 or not the whole stack. I hope you've enjoyed my what to do with some leftover quinoa and whip it up and make it into pancakes. Thanks for watching. I'll pop some links down below for those other ideas that I gave you about the flax, egg and the homemade gluten-free flour blend. Hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below if you give it a go and what you think of it. And I'll see you next time. Hey doll from Sweden.